Hey everybody, again it's Friday night, which means again it's time for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're back on season 5, episode 13, Principia, which we find out later on is the name of a ship. Before we begin, don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the notifications because I do post on a weekly basis. Also, there's a good app out there I've been promoting before too. Again, I'll put the link down below. It's called Stardust, which is basically it's the equivalent of Instagram/Snapchat for moviegoers or TV viewers. You can leave a 30-second blurb, tell your friends and family about, hey, I watched this really cool show. Like I said, I'll leave the link down below. Well, let's get into the episode. Tonight's episode is all about gravitonium. What's happening is that we need more of it. They just had just enough to fix the rift from last week. They took the Kree orb, put it together. Coulson went downstairs and sealed the Doctor Who rift that they created. And Fitz is saying basically what's happening is the rift is still not stable. If they get more gravitonium, they can basically close off the rift. The other problem with the rift still being semi-active is there are occasions where the rift may act up and there'll be little episodes of fear popping up here and there where a few do happen on the base. There are a few callbacks this episode. One character I didn't recognize because it's been 2 years since we've seen this character is Werner Von Strucker, but he actually called himself Alex, who is the son of Werner Von Strucker. We saw him back in, he was the head of Hydra back, we're probably talking back to season 2. Again, look all this up. I will leave a link for the backstory on Alex von Strucker. There is, I found, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wikipedia page, just like there's a Memory Alpha Wikipedia page for Star Trek. Whole backstory there, and they talk about the previous episodes he was in. So I don't want to go into those details. Again, link below. So the story basically is we need gravitonium. Where can we find gravitonium? Okay, there were scientists that worked on this. Most of them worked for Hydra. Where are these guys now? They're all dead, but they've all been dead in the last 2 years. Why have they been dead for the last 2 years? Well, we find that there was a certain person, somebody named Tony Kane, AK. What they were doing was like a witness protection program via Mr. Kane. We find out later on that Mr. Kane is actually an old buddy of Mack's, played by Jake Busey, which is Gary Busey's kid. I think the last time I saw him was one of the smart-ass characters in my favorite movie, Starship Troopers. He played one of the characters there. Ace, I believe the character's name was. And it's like, oh, Mack, hey, how you doing? And you get a bit of a backstory. Mack used to, like, old, it was like basically it's old home week. Here's, what the Kane used to look like. He had a nickname Candyman. Why? Because he could get you anything just like the Candyman can. And you find out Mack has a nickname. I think it was Hammer Time. He says, why? Because he was a big MC Hammer fan. So that, and everybody's like, shut up. Actually, later on in the episode, there is a really bad Coulson pun joke about, you can't touch this. Covering all the bases, Yo-Yo still doesn't have her arms. Max, fawning over her, like, oh, don't you worry, honey, we're going to do something. Touch on a little bit about, now that Fitz and Simmons are married, there's a little bit of touch on that. Deke's basically the 5th or 6th wheel in the gang. He doesn't know what to do himself. We're going to go out and find the gravitonium. Deke, you stay with Fitz. And Fitz is like, what? No, I don't want to. And I just... thinking about it now too, there was a reference that Deke found a baseball glove somewhere in the base. I don't know what you're doing with a baseball glove in the base, but apparently there is so. And they were going to play catch. And then I thought about, because we already know that it was established that, Deke found a wedding ring that sort of like fit his mother's hand. And we find out that actually it's more established at the end of the episode. Fitzsimmons are his grandparents. So they had a child, and then their daughter fathered Deke. Big spoiler. But it was kind of leading up to that, and most Marvel fans, like most sci-fi fans, we're a smart bunch. We can figure these things out. You find out from one of the witness protection scientists that the gravitonium was placed on the ship. The ship at a certain time did go out, supposedly somewhere in the middle of the ocean. They can't find it. Why can't we find it in the ocean? It's not... it's 5 miles deep in the ocean, but why is it not there? Accidental storm, hit by lightning, and actually Deke comes up with this because Fitz is like, what are we doing with Deke? Deke's an idiot, but Deke comes to realization, well, he used a little bit of gravitonium in the future to help him with his little exploits. His little belt buckle, I think, had maybe a chunk of gravitonium in it to help him fly around. The thing about, in space, there is no up, down, right, or wrong. It's whatever. And he's going like, wait a minute, there's an up. And then it came to the conclusion that, oh, yeah, there was a freak storm. Lightning hit the ship, activated the gravitonium. That puts the ship up in the air, and that's how they find the gravitonium. Also, a slight side story of there's a hidden base that General Hale has that Ruby and Alex Von Strucker, he's actually introduced at the beginning, but since I hadn't seen him for so long, I didn't realize who the kid was. Unstable, but he has the ability to see the future. He's also a seer, which seems to be or anything. Robin was a seer, Yo-Yo was a seer, now he's a seer. And then somewhere along the line, he's actually grabbed by General Hale and taken to this secret base we don't know where. And we see Ruby's hanging out there. And they're basically trying to win him over because he has all the secrets of his dad, because he can see, everything, and he remembers everything. I guess he's, I wouldn't say he's a time seer, but he can basically recall absolutely everything, picture perfect clear in his mind. So I think General Hale wants to exploit that. Now her daughter, when trying to win over Alex, says, oh, we're going to do this, that, and, my mom's got this plan, and she's going to try and do this, this, and this, and she's saying something else. Now, I don't know, especially after seeing Red Sparrow review to come, this is a double, triple cross. Is Ruby really telling Alex, here's what we're going to do, or is it part of her mother's plan, or does Ruby really have her own plan? We'll see as the season progresses. Doing some more recruitment, we actually find that you get to see a quick scene with the Morph Man, who's played, a character's name is Carl Creel. He's the guy, he can touch stuff, and he turns everything. The one fine thing, and I think I've been saying this throughout the whole season, these are not very strong episodes. I think still the best episode is Rewind with Fitz and Hunter. That was basically one of the most interesting episodes. This one was passing the ball around. Deke was moping, then Mack was moping. Then Yo-Yo obviously is moping because she's got no arms. I mean, I don't mind watching it. Not much else on TV, and no really good movies until Infinity War from the looks of it. Not even like regular non-superhero movies are coming out. So yeah, this is what I'm stuck watching with, and I gotta wait till April for Westworld, I keep saying. So I'm sticking out with this. I mean, it is good. Not bad. They are talking about maybe getting Yo-Yo some cybernetic arms, and Mack came with a solution for that. He showed up with a couple of bottles of beer because Yo-Yo is really craving a beer, and I didn't realize this, that the henchmen of General Hale are actually, they call them mechs, so I guess they're some kind of a robot android kind of thing. And Mack brings one of them back after they do the gravitonium run. And he throws it on the floor and says, there, I got you your arms, and I got you some beer. No, shut up and, let me kiss you kind of thing. And then we leave it there. The tag is basically just a callback again. What's going to happen with General Hale and the gang? They're going to form a team, and that's when we get to see Morph Man. And that's about it. So just playing out the same. There was no real arguing again. I think Daisy and everybody's accepting the fact that Coulson's going to go, but there was a line that I think that was in one of the trailers too, where Coulson said, "Look, we got other stuff to worry about. Don't worry about me. If I go, I go. Daisy, you're eventually going to be in charge," which he talked about last week. But Daisy said to May, well, Coulson's always been our shield. It's time for us to be his shield. Again, as always, I put it out to you guys. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What are your thoughts? Don't forget, leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Again, with my review. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Don't forget, hit subscribe. Hit the notification, because I do post on a regular basis. Again, I'll leave the link for the Stardust app. Try it out. It's a really good app if you're a movie or TV buff and you want to tell everybody all about it. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.